Well, welcome to Zoomtopia Studios. I'm Patrick Kelley. I'm a distinguished architect here at Zoom. And joining me today is Gary Sorrentino, Global CIO. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Has it been a great time?
Oh my gosh, it's getting crazy here.
So many great announcements. Right, the hall is here full of people learning all about Zoom.
I stayed way too late here because I got stopped about every 5 feet to say hi and talk about the new stuff we got going on. But today, I want to know a little bit more about you, Gary.
Okay.
So how do you, as CIO, navigate the constant changes in business tools, technical priorities, and external threats while maintaining a balance between technology and the development of your workforce?
What a great question.
Wow,
right?
that's a big one.
But I think it's like everyone else is today we're set up with a bunch of options, and we have to figure out what are the best options for our employees and for our clients. Employee experience is changing every day. We have to really triangulate all the new solutions that we're coming out with, Zoom itself and all the other companies that we use. What are the best of breed, and what can we get people to actually use? Because so many of the products out there are delivered and underused.
Absolutely.
And so we have to figure out that balance of humans and what they can manage to consume. We also have to figure out that we're in a whole new world. I think the pandemic, we talk about the future of work, and the pandemic really talked about the future of work, which was geography-based. Where am I working? I think now with platforms that like Zoom are putting together, we are finally trying to find that work of the future. And now we can finally talk about the future of work, because the future of work before this was just geography.
Yep. Well, and you said that because a lot has changed in the last few years with many organizations ranging from fully remote to hybrid to fully in the office. So in your opinion, what is the biggest win we got out of challenging our traditional ways of working?
I think what we did was we tried to figure out we don't all have to work synchronous. And that was before the pandemic. Everything was done in real time. It meant that if I went into the office, I dealt in real time with you. I dealt in real time with this person. If we were working global, we kind of learned what asynchronous was, but that was forced upon us.
Sure.
But for the first time, we're really learning we all don't do the greatest job between 9 and 5. We all have cycles in our life when we're focused or we want to be collaborative. And so I think what happened was the new solutions made it so that we could rethink the way we work, and we could all work at our highest level. And it might not be as the same time. Like for instance, I got a mail the other day from someone who said on the bottom, it said, it's okay. The hours I work might not be consistent with the hours that you work. Right? And that's just meaning we've changed. And what we've allowed people to do is we've allowed people to say, I'm okay if you take 30 seconds or 3 hours and come back with a better answer when it's convenient to you.
Well, so then that leads into the next question, I guess, is, so what are some of the challenges that companies may face to get employees to collaborate in the office again?
So I think there's two things. There's been a lot of mandates. There's been a lot of mandate versus magnet. I think the first thing is we have to make, and I'm going to steal from some of our clients, you have to make the office a destination for collaboration. So I think one of the challenges are, please don't force the modern workforce back into an antiquated workplace. If they're going to come back in, the challenge is when I come back in and you're not there, but I'm coming to collaborate for you, I had a bad day.
Yep.
Second thing is my focus days and my collaboration days might not align to a calendar.
Fair.
It might mean that our project that we're working on, our effort working on, the collaboration day is better on Friday, right? Because then all of next week, I want everybody heads down focused.
Yep.
And so that variability has to be built in. I think the challenges we're facing is we're kind of forcing the model. We're trying to tell people you have to eat at 6 o'clock. Well, you know what? I like dinner at 9. Okay? And you know what? I enjoy the meal better at 9, not at 6. And so I think that the challenge companies have is being flexible and catering to 5 generations, all working at the same time, right? All trying to figure out a language of communication.
Gotcha. Well, let's kind of segue into something a little bit more exciting that we just announced yesterday is AI Companion. So what excites you about AI Companion and the innovation that Zoom's doing there?
So we did a session the other day here, and what excites me when I hear about this is there are things that we do that take longer than they should. For instance, when you see a presentation, I hope you deserve that 85% of the time creating that presentation was on content and not 85% on format or research. And so let's turn the model around. Let's find out what's important to us, and let's have AI bring the mundane. Now, I think AI Companion is a great beginning. The catch me up features. I mean, we really looked at what are we struggling with, right? I love meeting summary. I miss a lot of meetings. A client is overrun. Okay, I get to meetings late. Or not show up at all sometimes. But when that meeting ends and I get the summary, I'm probably like you. First thing I do with that summary is what? I look for one word.
Me.
My name. Okay? And if there's nothing there with my name, I can read it later. But think about it. Okay, now I'm not stressed. I missed the meeting. What's the challenge for me? I know I missed the meeting. There's no challenge for me. I can work asynchronously with that. Right? And then with the continuous meeting chat, I can add value back to that meeting before or after the meeting. And so all of these new components are making me the modern worker. Right? We keep talking about upskilling our employees, but these are the solutions that are going to make me a more intelligent worker. Forget this smarter, not harder. Now I want to be an intelligent worker, and I want to be on par with AI. I technically know everything the internet knows in some cases, right? But we have to train people to also have the value to challenge AI, because we have to know that when AI says 2 + 2 = 5, we got to go, well, it's really 4. And so I think that's what I'm excited about is I'm going to change the way I work.
So on the other side, you kind of brought it up a little bit, is what concerns you about AI?
Guardrails. I think what we have to do is this is the time where we just can't put the product out there and say, have at it. What did someone say the other day? Yeah, you guys like a car that goes 1,000 miles an hour and we gave it to users without an instruction manual. Right. Now, we laugh about it. But what's happened is we have the AI that we've used in our career in the background was controlled by us. Generative AI for the first time now was controlled by the user. So we did really give them a powerful tool, right? And it's a very productive tool. We have to make sure that they understand how to use it like any other tool we give them. How do we use it in the right way? How do we get the most value out of it, right? What are business value and what is just fooling around with it? And how do we apply that? Because if you run your day and you have AI Companion and it didn't help you, you're probably using it wrong. If it challenged you, you're using it wrong. So I think today, how do we look at that modern worker? Remember, 5 generations, right? But it gets worse. I'm a boomer. I think like a millennial. So I don't fit in the boomer class anymore, and no one's treating me like a millennial, right? But my communication styles, because we work with a company it's a wonderful company with a younger work crew, they're teaching us how to change. AI is going to make us, person like me, keep up, right? And it's going to make sure that I have the information, and it's going to get better and better, right? Right now, it's information when I ask for it. Pretty soon, it'll be information before I need it.
Fair. So I guess then what are some of the benefits in investing in AI and all those emerging technologies for employees, customers, as well as organizations?
I think part of it is it's a market edge, right? If you want, in all cases, if you want to hire the best talent, you have to have the intelligent tools for them because they're smart enough to walk away. What did we say the other day? The 90-day rule is well and alive. And when a lot of new workers come into the work, it takes about 90 days for them to figure out, I don't want to work here. But there's a lot of reasons they don't want to work here. Yes, it's the philosophy of the company. But one of the major reasons is it doesn't provide me the platform for me to be successful. See, invest in me, right? Make me a success here by giving me the solutions I need. So I think it's about market edge because we want to hire the right talent. I think staying abreast of competitors, well, why wouldn't you bring the best solutions into a company, right? Why wouldn't you bring them in there and put them in a place where everybody can be creative and it makes us look the best to our clients? And for our clients alone, they deserve things in a quicker, better, more concise manner. And I think that's going to help us time to market. So there's a win-win all over the place.
Well, let's kind of wrap it up here and say, hey, what advice would you give other business leaders in your role who are navigating the similar situations.
Understand it first before you say no. I came from a CISO world also. You don't want to be the doctor no. You have to be the yes, prove it to me. Okay? So the goal would be test drive the car, right? Before you say, I don't like that car, test drive it. Before you say, we can't use those because it doesn't fit our compliance model, test drive it. Challenge it. Okay? If it doesn't fit what you need, figure out how to make it fit. The problem today is you want not a smarter or more intelligent audience, whether it's your employees or your customers. And if you don't give it a chance, change is hard for everybody, right? But third of the workforce is going to be Gen Zs by next year. You're either going to be ready for the new workforce and the new economy of doing work and the modern worker, or you're not. And don't run to catch up, right? You're seeing the previews now. The worst thing is to stay on the sideline and not test. I'm not telling you roll out. I'm not telling you deploy. I'm telling you make sure you're actively testing and you're doing it in a business value way. And people understand we're not bringing the next greatest widget here. This is going to add value to our employees and our customers. Here's why. Here's why we have to make it work. And if we can't make it work, we have to understand why not. And I think that's the advice to give them. Open-minded.
Perfect. Well, that's a wrap from Zoomtopia Studios in 2023. On behalf of Gary, thanks for joining us.